Hi traders and welcome to the daily recap show for Friday the 25th of March. So we said that the FTSE was contracting, so we should be wary of false breaks. We said acceptance above 74.87 to 95 could see moves towards 75.18 to 75.28 resistance, and acceptance below 74.53 to 60 could see moves towards 74.03 to 74.10 support. So let's go and have a look at the action on Friday. So as you can see with the FTSE, we opened up and we did move down below that 74.53 to 74.60 zone, but we then eventually moved back above it. Now, if you look on the hourly chart, you can see here that is a clear false break of that support zone, and we did warn that you had to be more wary of those false breaks in the market at the moment. So if you had tried to get short to target the lower zones, we had also warned about being wary of false breaks. This impulsive push up here, and then the pullback and the hold of that zone here on the continuation, that would be the confirmation of the false break on the higher time frames. We then come up and we tested this 74.87 to 74.95 zone. We didn't get the acceptance above there on the first test. On the second test, you could argue we got the acceptance above the zone here. We then got the pullback and the continuation off that zone here. Again, there may have been enough room to just about risk manage this trade and get some profits off to make it risk free, but we didn't get up to these higher targets around that 75.18 zone. So if you hadn't managed to risk manage this, then this probably would have been a losing trade as well. And again, this was a false break of that zone. So we did warn that we had to be more aware of these false breaks on the FTSE because of the way that the market was. And the price action played out that way on Friday as well. So it didn't particularly respect the zones. The action was still very choppy. We saw those false breaks of both those minor support and resistance zones. We didn't see the more extreme support and resistance zones, which when the market is a little bit choppy, when the market is contracting and we are potentially looking at more false breaks, we should either be looking to trade the false breaks like we got here, or we should only be looking to trade from those outer extremes. So that's the FTSE. Now let's go and have a look at the DAX. Okay, so with the DAX, we have been saying that we continue to chop around in a very tight range as well. We said 14.080 to 14.115 was still key support, and 14.555 to 14.580 was the main resistance. And then we spoke about what we could do around if we saw breaks of those zones. We also said we had aggressive support at 14.180 to 14.205. So let's go and have a look at the DAX. Okay, so the DAX has continued to chop around within the middle of the range. We didn't get anywhere towards those outer edges. Actually, the support zone here at 250 to 275 and the resistance at 420 to 440 has actually acted quite cleanly. There was actually some nice reversal patterns here, just taking out that liquidity, and up here taking out that liquidity as well. But without wanting to be hypocritical, we're in the middle of the range. We should really want to be waiting for those outer edges or for better opportunities. These are not trades that I would take myself, although in isolation, when you look at this chart on the execution time frame, they look okay. Because of that higher time frame context, because the market is a lot choppier at the moment, and we're right in the middle of that chop zone, it's best to show that patience, exercise that discipline, and wait for the better opportunities to come up when the market starts to reach those main support and resistance zones, or we eventually get that breakout. So I hope you found this useful. Let's hope for a little bit more volatility in the markets this week and a breakout of this range, or at least start testing the outer edges of that range, and then get some more opportunities. So I hope you found this useful, and I'll speak to you again soon. Cheers.